All right, just waiting for some confirmation that we are good to go, and it looks like we are. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. If you happen to, we want to welcome you to the 21st out of 25th Grand Prix here in the 2023 ARC Formula One season. Find ourselves at Vegas for the first time.
Yep. Bit of an interesting track, Alex.
Certainly, I mean, this will be my first look at it as far as I'm concerned. I am completely unfamiliar with this track. I mean, I have no idea, so I'm just hoping the drivers will lay down something good here. Racing, of course, before even the IRL Formula One series is able to race on this track, so this is my first look as far as I'm concerned. Bill, you have any experience here yet?
Yep, I've had a couple races here, plus I took part in the Grand Prix that took place here with Formula 2 and the regular Formula 1 cars. 17 turns here, couple chicanes. We see Mikey DeYoung go through the first set there in turn 7 and 8. Yeah, it's a bit of a it's fast at times, and then it just really funnels down into some narrow corners. A lot of good overtaking spots, long DRS straights down the Las Vegas Boulevard, and you get towards the end of the lap, you get that sweeping left-hander, and then you just get shot right there onto the pit straight, and then immediately down into a tight corner. And we see someone's. Is that Luke? Was that an accident, or is that in? I believe that's
Unclear.
Luke. Luke Allen crashing in turn 5.
I think on
That's
his outlap, trying to get some life into those cold tires. I think he may have sent it off, yeah.
the racing. The walls come out of nowhere. It's a very weird. Oh, and who's that? That's AJ in the same spot. Doesn't kill the car. Is able to keep going. You're gonna see that a lot. If you miss your braking point, it's a lot. It's a hybrid between Baku and I don't know if you remember the Hanoi circuit in Vietnam. It has a bit of a feel to that. Of course, this race will be taking place 10 p.m. local time too, so the nightlife of Vegas as we see the Caesar's Palace there in the background.
And of course, that 10 p.m. start time is kind of a double advantage, being that A, Vegas is just more alive at nighttime than daytime, obviously, and B, gives the track some time to cool down if necessary from the hot daytime temperatures. So we should be seeing some decent times here.
Alex, the temperatures are expected to be into the low 50 degrees Fahrenheit upon race time.
Oh,
There,
that's
it's going
right.
to be cold.
Totally forgot. Yeah, it gets cold in the desert at night, so we're expecting a very cold race compared to normal. Totally forgot about that. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. Uh, it's not a high deg track, but then again, we don't really know anything. We don't have any data because I mean they did do a resurfacing before Formula One did show up, and again they've yet to show up. But the track is resurfaced. As we see AJ go wide there, but he's able to maintain his um, didn't invalidate. Jericho's already put down a lap.
Looks like it. That 133.1 is good enough for provisional pole, being the only time on the board thus far. As I mentioned it, of course, though, Mikey DeYoung quick to beat it out with the 132.3, nearly 9 tenths of a second faster.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was away last week and didn't get to see, but it appears that Mikey DeYoung was able to extend his gap in the championship to 22 points over his teammate.
It was, of course, a double podium for that Williams team, but in favor of Mikey DeYoung getting the win. As we see, provisional pole sitter Jamie Knock, I believe, just crashed out. As soon as he finished his hot lap, he was in the second or third corner of his cooldown lap and crashed right out of qualifying, sitting on the 132.0. He'll have to hope for the best with that time.
Yeah, a
Following
lot of
along
drivers
now,
really struggling.
Mike DeYoung, as he comes through the back straight now, he'll be aiming, of course, for a pole position tonight, but I mean, there's so much still to play for. As mentioned, the gap in the drivers' championship widened by a small margin here, with Mikey DeYoung catching the win last week, and we
Oh,
we have
and
a check-in
Matthew
from Jamie
Daly
Knock. Yeah,
getting the slipstream.
Matthew Daly by almost a tenth up on Jamie Knock for that provisional pole time. And of course, we may see time start to fall beyond that point as the track rubbers in. I expect the pole time to be somewhere in the 120 or 131 fours or fives, maybe. We may see about half a second fall off of the current provisional poll time. Got a check in, just want to mention from Jamie Knock here in the chat. Unfortunate for him, but yeah, I guess that's how it shakes out sometime, brother. You'll have to wait upon that time and see where you end up with it. Some more early retirements here. Julius Duku in the Mercedes also retiring before being able to set a lap. May have crashed out on his out lap. Not quite sure what happened there.
Bit of a small grid for tonight's race.
Yeah, I mean, lots to fight for here. I mean, plenty of point scoring positions up for grabs. Only 13 drivers on the track tonight, so that means, you know, only 3 drivers will be outside of the points, which leaves so much on the table to be able to fight for. So, hoping to see some good battles tonight because of it. Matty Daly, though, a real cracker of a lap he pulled out there with the 132.0. Boriyoshi making his way up into P2 for the moment with the 132.03 to Matty
Love that
Daly's
lap.
0-0.
Yeah, just checking the check-in, see what we got. There's only 15 people. Let's see who we're missing. A couple of guys that are unknown.
Few question marks here and there. I mean, of course, we may see a few more drivers trickle onto the grid come the end of the qualifying session. Those that may not have been able to be here in time to qualify. But, you know, that's kind of up in the air still at the moment. For now, we will keep going with 13. Jamie Knock, that 132.0 already knocked down from provisional pole to P4, so can only imagine that unfortunately he'll be dropping even further from here. A good time though, that 132 flat that'll keep him at least in the top 10, I imagine, for sure. But just for what it is, rather unfortunate that as soon as he lays down his first good lap, he instantly crashes out.
He was a bit unsure of how fast the corner coming up and misjudged. Like I said, it's a very awkward circuit. It looks like if you saw a pig and it died and it just was animated to be upside down. If that makes any sense. Bit of a lull. Let's see. Gabe was on a lap. He's gonna bail out of it, head into the pit. Got a warning in my controller as well. Let me take care of that. Alright. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer on another lap, it looks like. He makes his way through towards the end of Sector 1. Goes sweeping through turn 10 now. Heavy braking zone for 12. You want to cut on the curb as much as you can, exactly the way he did. Power through here. Down Las Vegas Boulevard. Just look at the sights.
Yeah, all to play for here. I mean, if there's any track that's going to be similar to those, 80s outrun style synthwave vibes, it's either going to be Singapore or Vegas, without a doubt.
Well, I always thought, Alex, if they should do the Miami race, just run it at night.
I
The
totally
Miami
agree.
Nights theme, just that Vice City vibe. You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, they got the colors. Like, Miami
Mm-hmm.
basically has its own color palette on trademark, for as far as I'm
But
concerned.
I doubt the people of Miami Gardens would be a fan of that. They're a fan of
That
their
is very true.
mediocre football team, so...
The major limiting factor in America-based Grand Prix, 9 times out of 10, is the neighbors to the race circuit and the times at
Mm.
which they find allowable to run races and make noise and whatnot. Of course, Vegas, is under.
Oh, what in
Oh
God's
no,
name?
Jurg.
He
Did we
just...
Big incident from Jurg currently sitting P7 in qualifying with that 132.7, looking to improve from there but will not get the chance.
That was very confusing. Mikey DeYoung plows into the 131s.
Onto provisional pole it is for Mikey DeYoung, and as I said, we may see these times fall even further. I'm expecting pole time to be somewhere around the 131 5s or 6s. So Mikey DeYoung will be out for another one come the end of the session for sure. Only a few drivers out on track at the moment. Only a few, even fewer of those drivers laying down hot laps.
We've had, 4 retirements just in qualifying alone. Does not bode well for the race, Alex. I mean, you're out there running by yourself. Now stack 12 other competitors near you, and ooh, hotcakes.
I mean, also considering we had no preview of the practice sessions and whatnot that may have gone on before this qualifying session. We don't know how comfortable each driver is with this track. But even beyond that, I mean, if this is the results you're seeing in qualifying alone, that you can't hope for much better come the race. You just got to keep your nose down and hope to get on it. If you're Julius Dooku, Luke Allen, or even Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, I expect that P7 to fall quite significantly come the end of the session.
Al Hasmi out here trying to dethrone his teammate right now on a lap as he turns through turn 9, heads through this tight. It's a bit weird. This
Purple
car,
through
once
one.
you start to get, yeah, she hits some wear on the tire. The car wants to understeer and slide out. Oh, he's missed the apex there a bit. Won't be happy with that.
Bit of a twitch, may have lost a tenth or two on that corner exit, but still looking to improve on his current time, it looks like.
Yeah, just missing out on P3 by 4/1000ths of a second thus far.
He is about a tenth and a half faster than his previous best time. So this
Nothing to gain
may.
here. This is a flat out corner. And you can take a bit of curb, but you don't want to risk invalidating here.
He's looking at a P2 on this lap. Yep. Oh,
Oh,
P1 it will be.
he said, screw the P2. We're going for P1.
So provisional pole it will be for Abdullah Hazmi for the moment of the Williams team, and of course locked in a tight battle with teammate Mikey DeYoung for the Drivers' Championship, and it's
What
really
does
just been a,
Boryoshi have to say about this?
yeah,
What does Boryoshi have to say about this?
onto
He
provisional
goes
pole for
quickest.
Boryoshi, nearly a tenth and a half faster than Abdullah Hazmi. Purple all the way around sectors 1, 2, and 3 he holds the best time for now, and that's just a
Gabe's up almost a second on his personal best. He rounds through the last chicane S corner of 16 as he heads towards the left-hander of 17. I don't think this will be a run for pole, but it will put him maybe in the top 5.
should be a comfortable time here for Gabe
I
Cazola.
guess not.
As he does not improve, actually. Yeah, was looking at an improvement there, but must have had some type of shakeup in the last sector that lost him quite a bit of time as he does not improve from that P9 position. And man, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer retiring from P7 after that incident. I mean, I was expecting him to end up P9, P10 because of it, but at this rate, he's looking at a top 10 start probably.
Oh, I don't think that's really blocking. I mean, Andrew missed the corner there and almost plowed into the back of the Williams. The
Oh
Williams was well
no.
off the racing line. That was Andrew just lost the corner. I just clicked on board because he just started his lap, but oh, and he's missed the corner. Oh, he's got it there. Easy on the power.
Who we got starting one soon? Who's that, Aston? Matt Stotts. You want to take us around for a lap with Matt Stotts as he comes across?
Yeah, Matthew Stott has been on pace lately. This will be his first time lap of the session. You see him cruising up towards the line as fast as he can through 17, shoots out onto the start finish straight. Heavy braking zone here. Don't let the car slide out too much. You got to be very gentle on the throttle, especially around this. You got to let this one kind of drift out as close as you can to the wall. Hustle it down towards 5. DRS open, obviously. Quickly sling it in there. Can take a little bit more curve than that. Matthew Stotts. This is a blind corner coming up. You got to choose your braking zone right there. He's absolutely pinned it. Missed the apex just a bit, but not damaging enough. Swings it out very nicely. Keep it nice and tight here through 10 and 11. And again, turn 12 shoots up out of nowhere. You got to drift out wide through 11 to get hard on the brake. Take a bit of curve through here. Yep, just like that. It's going to gain him a bit of time. These other guys aren't doing that. Matthew Stotts with the Jerk GP in his back pocket and knows
looks like it.
Keeping it tight to the wall going down the Vegas Boulevard. So we're cruising towards 14, 15, and 16. Car just absolutely whining as he goes purple through sector 2. Not sure if it's the glitch, but remains to be seen. Could take a lot of curb here and a lot of curb on the exit too. He does it beautifully. This could be a really solid lap for Matthew Stotts. He gets set for turn 17 and across the line for the dash. What's it going to be for Stotts? That's P1. There it is. The 131.4 that you had mentioned earlier, Alex. You were spot on. Now, is that enough? Boryoshi has since retired in the pits. He will not be challenging for that. Mikey de Jong is out there, Alex. The race for pole is on. Al-Hazmi will not set a lap. He is... P3 is as high as he'll get.
It looks like...
You could just tell from that lap from Matthew Stotts that it was going to be a good one. All of the corners that I said to nail that I can't nail in real life, Matthew Stotts put on a clinic there. What does Mikey de Jong have to say?
Coming through 17 in a moment himself. He's shooting for pole here, currently sitting P4. Coming across, and it's good for P2. Yes, but... as Billy says, not enough. Purple through P3 or sector 3, I'm sorry, but not good enough for the pole position. And I think that is how this will shake out. Unless Matt Daly has something to say about it.
Down on his time. He's going to need to absolutely nail 14, 15, and 16 here to have any chance. That Ferrari engine just complaining. Just absolutely balls deep in the rev limiter. Oh, did he nick that inside corner there?
It looked like it on screen. I'm not sure it was that way in his game, but I guess we'll have to see if he lost any time as he comes across the line. I don't know if there's going to
be enough to challenge for anything either. Yeah, no. Doesn't
he will not improve.
He's actually down.
And that is the last runner of the hot laps there in this qualifying session. So it will be Matthew Stotts on pole position here in Las Vegas for round 21 out of 25.
You only needed the one lap, Alex.
So Matthew Stotts, after a great showing last week, puts himself right back on pole for this week, followed closely behind by Mikey de Jong in the Williams starting P2, sharing the front row with him. Boryoshi and Abdullah Hazmi will take row 2 together, qualifying P3 and P4, Boryoshi just getting the better of Abdullah Hazmi. Matt Daly and Jamie Knock will take row 3, positions P5 and 6. 7 and 8 go to AJ Knickel and Andrew Davis, who will line up on row 4. Row 5 goes to Jonathan Jurgensmeyer and Gabe Cazola together. And then we got Ayrton Frederick qualifying P11, Julius Duku, and Luke Allen rounding out the non-point scoring positions. They will be fighting tooth and nail for those final point scoring positions, I can only imagine. Strategy may come into play here, however, I imagine a track like this, most of the drivers will be running the same basis of strategy. We won't be seeing too much variation. But the grid is set and we are good to go here from Las Vegas for round 21 out of 25 in the 2023 ARC Formula One season. First race, of
Alex, I'm
course,
gonna
in
need you to
ARC.
play my lottery numbers for me. The 131.4 prediction was so spot on.
I mean, I knew it was coming. Once I saw that 132.0 come across, I was like, we got another second, half a second here. I know it.
Absolutely a stonking call. I'm excited for this. This is the first time I've been able to watch a Vegas Grand Prix, and everybody at home, you will get a sneak peek at the Vegas circuit. Like we said,
Yeah, I
going to
mean,
flights.
if there's anything to gain from this race, just keep an eye out for the overtaking zones as we're lights out and away we go here from Las Vegas. And it is
Stotts had a lot of wheel spin.
Stotts gets a good getaway around the outside of Mikey de Jong, but Mikey de Jong with a bit better of a getaway, and of course having that inside line, he will have the advantage. However, Stotts just barely getting the better of him through there. And we are off and running. Not much shakeup through the first few corners. However, those Williams are right up into the back of Matthew Stotts now, and I imagine they will be looking to make the move as soon as possible. Just status quo as far as they're concerned. Taking a look now at the tire choice of all the runners, and Matthew Stotts electing to start on those medium tires, as well as Al-Hazmi and Boryoshi. Mikey de Jong, the lone hard tire runner out of those front runners.
Yep, the two Williams going with a differing strategy.
Probably offsetting pit strategy, not trying to look for the double stack and whatnot, and that's a smart move. And of course, I mean, knowing the merit that these two drive on, the Williams drivers, I mean, any strategy that they go on is probably going to be golden regardless, just because of the fact that they are clear in a way the two strongest drivers in this series thus far. However, Matthew Stotts
Yep.
clearly making a case for himself these past few Grand Prix as he has stormed his way up onto the podium, currently holding that P1 from those front runners, those championship contenders no less.
You could make an argument that ever since F123 dropped, the hammer for Matthew Stotts dropped with it, and you've just seen week after week the pace is there, Alex. He has just been. Ooh, we see Boryoshi getting really close to Al-Hazmi. But to further my point, you could tell coming in from the bit of a summer break that we got in between the two games. Did some races with him. You could just see the pace was increasing just week after week after week after week. He's just been increasing it. It's good to see that it's showing for him. We obviously know the switch from Ferrari to Aston Martin, the big shake-up down the grid, and Matthew Daly not doing too bad for himself either in the Ferrari as well. Oh, you could it's a procession. Oh, we started to see a 3-second penalty for Luke Allen.
Oh, and rather unfortunate being only lap 2, of course, can only expect more to come across the whole
these curves
field.
It's hard because you get right up on the back of somebody, you just trying to hit the apex, you could hit a little too much, and somehow track that's a street circuit with walls, you can get those penalties.
So gaps beginning to form here, and should be noted, there is no gap currently on the grid that is over half a second besides that of the P10 position to P9. As Luke Allen makes the move on AJ Knickel early here on lap 2 for that final point scoring position.
The door.
It looks like it, yeah. Julius Duca not getting a chance there on AJ, but finally getting his return move here with the straight. Not much DRS assistance since DRS is not enabled yet, as it has been now. Julius Duca, though, making the move over AJ Knickel for that P11 position, as well as Luke Allen making the move for that P10 position.
AJ was a bit compromised from Luke coming out of turn 14. 15. He shut the door on 16.
And it looks like we've had a shakeup here at the front of the grid. As Mikey de Jong has a spin. Matthew Daly into the wall, just smooches it with his right sides, but comes back hard onto the track and gets in the way of Al-Hazmi, who ends up spinning out his teammate. Unfortunate for the Williams team here, but I mean, I gotta admit, this is shades of early season. In a
Matthew
big
Stott's
move.
into the back
Yeah,
of Boryoshi.
it looks
He's
like
got
it.
no wing.
Cuts the corner as well, yeah. Maybe from the previous incident, Matthew Stott's lacking the wing because of
And
it.
Andrew Davis doesn't need a second
Oh,
invitation.
man.
What's happening? They're 4 wide, 3 wide. Oh my God.
Al-Hazmi here just looking to stay in it for the sake of the team. Currently down at P4 after that incident. Caught some contact, of course, from Matthew Stotts and then ended up into his teammate because of it. But wow.
Boryoshi from first to 8th. Matthew Stotts from first to the pit.
Into the pit,
Mikey
Matthew
DeYoung
Stotts
from first
goes.
to 11th. The cursed
my
position of first
goodness.
place.
I mean, you can only hope it's such a thing, but, I mean, we also have to remind the viewers of the precedent already set this season. The Williams team early in this season was in situations like this time and time again. Those first few lap incidents, and they end up at the back of the grid, and they manage to race their way all the way back up. I'm sure we will see much the same tonight, but it's just so much different with the championship sort of winding down. As mentioned, round 21 out of 25 here in the season, so the Williams team will be looking to fight tooth and nail for any position they can, I guess. Mikey DeYoung especially.
Yeah, Ayrton Frederick into the back of Julius Dooku. Bit of a lag there from Dooku caused that, but Alex, I don't know if you see the top one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 7, just line astern there, so close together on the map when they go into the corner. And here comes the move. There goes Al-Hazmi.
Al-Hazmi on Matt Daly for that P2 position, it looks like. Yep, and he has it clear in a way. He is comfortably up into P2. Andrew Davis is on it for sure. He is hauling mail. He is going to be laying on the ERS, I can only imagine, from here, looking to extend that gap in P1 as much as he can. However, not managing to get that gap any higher than about 3/10 thus far.
Yeah, Andrew Davis was very good in both Jurg GP races in the F2 car and in the Formula 1 car, so he has a bit of pace. He has done this race before. Oh, Julius Dooku, 5 for speeding.
Yeah, that'll be
Not 5 for
5.
fighting.
Ducking in for an early pit stop as Matt Stotts did, Julius Dooku. May have had some damage after that shakeup. And a big twitch there from Andrew Davis.
Jurgensmeyer, Jurg up into P4, just
comfortably.
Off the tail end of the ride. He just finds a way.
I've been saying it all season, and I will continue saying it. This is the man to be afraid of.
Oh no! Luke Allen into the wall.
Oh no! Safety
That's
car is
out
out for the Red Bull. That ends up in the wall and manages to lose the front wing because of it. Luke Allen will probably be looking to duck into the pits here for a wing replacement.
Not gonna make the corner.
Oh no! Yeah, and he is way offline. Oh no!
Yeah, these corners are going to be very hard to get through without a wing, I can tell you that. And these walls are not soft, Alex.
Not at all. I mean, I just from early observation, for the comparison you made, I must say, like, Vegas reminds me so much, I guess, of like a cross between Baku and maybe even Monaco. It's like a.
Did you ever race Hanoi in Vietnam in the
yes, I forgot you mentioned that, but yes, Hanoi is a good call there. I did race Hanoi, and this is a good, like, Baku and Hanoi had a baby. That is Vegas. I totally agree.
While it doesn't have the long structure that Hanoi did have, it just has that essence of it where the high speed of it all, and just one misstep will in lap race over collect your wing, cost the team. Oh, the race just gets even worse.
Oh no, we go
Dooku.
green, and it gets even worse also for Luke Allen. He was in the pits looking for that wind change as soon as we went from yellow to green, so he will be losing out majorly here, unfortunately.
Ooh. Andrew Davis struggling for grip on the rears.
Yeah, big twitch. A twitch on the corner exit there.
Not gonna need it. Yeah, If you're starting to lose grip now, you are in for a long one, son.
I mean, if there is anything that we know about the Williams teams thus far, it is that they are the masters of tire management. They are able to make those medium compound tires last so much longer than the rest of the field, and it is mostly down to the fact that Al-Hazmi and Mikey de Jong do not take the aggressive move.
Oh,
They
and look at Jurgensmeyer.
side to
Oh no, there's
side,
been
yeah.
another incident. Luke Allen again.
Al-Hazmi and Jurg going side by side down the straight, Jurg getting the better of it,
Oh, Andrew
and
Davis
Jurg
has
up into the
no grip.
lead of the race! Jonathan Jurgensmeyer leads the Vegas Grand Prix here on lap 6.
Let the record show he will lead that lap. Matthew Daly up into third now again. He's been there. Oh, and Andrew Davis loses grip, and he's
looks
right
like
into the
it.
front of Jamie Knock.
Oh no.
You could tell he's been struggling for grip, and unfortunately, he has a... Oh, and that's just... You can see Jamie Knock just mashing the gas out of frustration, just losing the rear there. But, oh, you could tell Andrew Davis was not... He just... The rear of that car was complaining so much, he couldn't keep it gathered up. And unfortunately, the Alfa Romeo pays with his wing.
So Mikey de Jong on his redemption tour here in Vegas from P9 up to P7 at the moment, chasing P6 Jamie Knock.
As we say that, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer loses the lead, but he will have DRS going down this super straight. You have the Nellis Straight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, but then you have the Vegas Boulevard. There he goes.
Back into the lead goes Jonathan Jurgensmeyer off that DRS assistance. Abdullah Hazmi having a quick look up the inside, but thinking the better of it and tucking back in.
Borioshi gets by Matthew Daly for P3.
Looks like it, yeah, that final podium position may be all to play for here, as, I mean,
Andrew Davis is still out there just drifting around.
I mean, you can only imagine that going from the lead of the race to P10, he is looking to make up positions as fast as possible.
I will not be surprised if we see an incident involving Andrew Davis in a concrete barrier. The way that car is stepping out.
I mean, having shown to himself that he has the pace to be at least fighting for a podium. Al-Hazmi here making the move on Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, it looks like, yes. Up into the lead goes Abdullah Al-Hazmi of the Williams team over Jonathan Jurgensmeyer as he has a big step out, big twitch on the corner exit there through the chicane. Tucks in nicely behind the Williams at this point, but too far behind to really get any good toe off of it. He'll have to hope only for DRS here.
Mikey de Jong is stuck in a hornet's nest right now. With Gabe Cazola.
Oh, and Borioshi has had a spin!
Oh.
From P3, he will fall to P7 for the moment as he rejoins the track directly in front of Andrew Davis. And Jonathan Jurgensmeyer back into the lead over Abdullah Hazmi with the DRS assistance. Oh my goodness, and this is just kind of tit for tat so far.
Gabe, for some reason, just drove right into the side of Jamie Knock when he was going by him in a straight line.
Sitting of course, already sitting on a penalty. He will be looking to extend the gap if possible. Al-Hazmi taking another look up the inside of Jonathan Jurgensmeyer there, but tucking back in, racing very conservatively.
Go through that corner with the car in front of you with the dirty air. Is he going to have a look up the inside? Jurgensmeyer will be wise to it. Yep.
Up into the lead goes the Williams with the assistance.
And all this fighting is just, it's pulling Mikey de Jong back into the fight. Oh, as Gabe goes wide. Oh, and that's got to be a safety car. Oh, Jamie Knock. Hard contact into the wall down there in turn 5. He is out of this race.
That is an early retirement for Jamie Naka of the Alfa Romeo, and the safety car has been deployed because of it. Oh my goodness, and here we are on lap 9, about a third of the way through the race, and this may cause some shakeup as far as strategies and whatnot are concerned. An early safety car here. Jamie Naka, unfortunately, on the short end of that stick.
Unfortunately, that's got to bunch the field back together, Alex, and ooh, I don't know.
Jonathan Jurgensmeyer showing thus far that he certainly has the pace to be fighting for one of the podium positions. And I mean,
He's gonna help out Boryoshi and Mikey. This is gonna pull Mikey de Jong right back into, well,
oh
surely
my
contention.
goodness, yeah. I mean, without even mentioning it, Mikey de Jong has made his way back up from P9 to P4 thus far.
Oh, as we see Mikey de Jong ducking into the pit. They're double stacking down there at Williams.
The 4 leaders are all ducking into the pits. The Williams of Al-Hazmi, the Haas of Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, onto a fresh set of hard compound tires goes Jurg. Al-Hazmi will elect to take the hards as well. Matt Daly on the medium
Mikey de
compound
Jong.
tires.
Oh, yep, he was on the hards. A bit soft right there.
Yeah, Mikey de Jong electing for the mediums here on this pit. Who else we got? Andrew Davis coming out on the hards. Gabe
I don't think
Cazola, I
anybody stayed
believe,
up.
staying out. Yeah, oh, that's right. Everybody from P1 to P10, I want to say, just pit. Let's take a look at the tire
That's because
detail.
Luke Allen and Julius Dooku haven't even made it to the pit yet, as the aforementioned Julius Dooku makes his way into the pit entrance. And what is Luke Allen going to do? He's going to be ducking in the pit as well.
Yeah, and it looks
So everybody
like
electing for fresh rubber.
everybody,
Oh,
yep.
and there's that penalty being served. It's going to help out Julius Dooku a lot because he served his 5 second for speeding. He served his drive-through. He's going to get pulled back up in a race that he could have been down and out thinking, oh man, I've cost myself with this silly mistakes. Silly mistakes. He'll be in the car just beating his head, but all is forgiven now. The great equalizer that is a safety car will pull him right back into
Yep.
contention.
And as mentioned, everybody else also electing to take some fresh rubber, but even still, Julius Dooku, with all to fight for here, he may end up in the points if he's able to keep his nose down.
I don't know how. We've seen a lot of guys struggling for grip. We've seen some uncharacteristic spins from folks, i.e., Boryoshi. These guys are gonna have to. I don't think we'll be going green this lap. It surely will not. A bit of a quiet race for AJ as well. He's mired down there in P10. And also Matthew Stotts, who we saw pole position, early lead, all went wrong off the back of the Red Bull. Team 44 looking to bounce back. Catch your breath, Alex. I feel like it's about to get a bit, well, somebody's gonna throw up a gamble up the inside. Like, we won't be playing regular roulette, it will be Russian roulette, and it'll feel like there is about 5 bullets in a 6-chambered gun.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a big restart here. Of course, still only about less than halfway through this Grand Prix. But even still, this restart is going to determine a lot of the finishing outcomes, at least for the front runners.
Somebody will come away with this heartbroken. Oh, speaking of heartbroken, under safety car, again, this just, it's going from bad to worse for Ferda Boys Racing, Red Bull Racing. Luke Allen just cannot master these tight corners, especially down there in turn 5. Turn 5 has caught him out about 3 or 4 times already.
Seems to be still twitching. only running about 40% delta time because of the safety car, but even still, as he catches up with the pack, having a lot of twitches, his back end stepping out quite significantly on those cold tires.
He's just not. He can't come to grips with the track. It's really catching him out. Weekend to forget, surely.
So, unfortunately, because of the time it took for him to catch the rest of the pack, we will be behind the safety car for one more lap.
I don't know. I think we might get a duck in here. You might see it. Yep, safety
Oh,
car in.
yeah, an early or a late call, I'm sorry, here for the
It's
safety
just so
car.
much space in between here and the start straight that I don't know. It's a bit weird. I'm sure it'll change for next year.
So it will be on the go of Abdullah Al-Hazmi. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer looking to take a bite out of that lead if he can, and Al-Hazmi is off and running, but Jonathan Jurgensmeyer catches it pretty well right up into the back of that Williams, and it is Matt Daly who seems to get the short end of that interaction. Mikey DeYoung
Oh,
trying to make his
oh,
way up past that Ferrari, and he does
around the
so around the
outside.
outside. And
What
it
an
is
amazing move.
P3. What a move there for Mikey DeYoung up into P3 over the Ferrari of Matt Daly. And a great restart opportunity there from Al-Hazmi. He chose a good point to get off on, but Jonathan
What
Jurgensmeyer just caught it so well.
gotta say, what a race so far. P5, Gabe Cazola. He's needed a good result, and right now he's showing that he's got pace. Although I say that now, his teammates looking to go around the outside here, 10 and 11. Gabe just lets him go.
Looks like it, yeah.
Ooh,
Right up into
so
the back there.
close.
Not close enough for it to be any trouble, but still very close. Andrew Davis is hauling mail at this point. He's off and running, currently sitting
Here comes
P5.
Jurg. Oh, I don't know if he has enough. He's just
It
run out of
does not
steam.
look like it. He takes two peeks up the inside as he tucks back in, holding station with Al-Hazmi for the time being, and it's shaping up to be another double podium for that Williams team, as we've seen time and time again throughout this season.
Matthew Stott's on the charge. Pulling his teammate with him, too. Ooh, oh, Matthew Stott's driver is deep into one. Almost got Boryoshi again, but
Looking for that outside
just...
move on Boryoshi, but not able to get it done. As we
Oh,
see a change here, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer down to P3 for the moment as he loses out to Mikey DeYoung on the front stretch.
Mikey DeYoung's on the softer tire, so you know he's going to be chomping at the bits here.
Yeah, and I mean that opens up the opportunity as well for Matt Daly, of course, running those medium compound tires with Jonathan Jurgensmeyer on the hard compound. So Jonathan Jurgensmeyer is looking to play defense here, hoping to hold that P3 position for as long as he can. I mean, even if he does well enough to hold up Matt Daly, that is good enough given the compound difference. Matt Daly should have an easy
Oh, I
pass
had to
on
say
him.
something. Gabe's had an off. Oh,
It
no.
looks like it, yeah, Gabe, down from P5 to P12 after an incident, unfortunately. So the only Alpine driver in the points at the moment is Andrew Davis, of course.
Not sure why. Mikey DeYoung was feathering the throttle, did not want to make the move by his teammate.
Yeah, does not seem to be looking to make the move here on the start-finish straight as well, as he does get the fastest lap for the time being. Over halfway through this Grand Prix, and a 5-second penalty assessed to Gabe Cazola.
Gabe,
Mikey
he
DeYoung
just...
breezing past his teammate Abdullah Al-Hazmi for the lead. Al-Hazmi seems to be making space for Mikey DeYoung, knowing he had the DRS advantage, was not looking to put up any sort of a fight there.
It appears Gabe just threw in the towel on this event. Matthew Daly's just patiently waiting. He's going to have DRS now. He's just going to slide through Jurg here. As Matthew Stotts and Boryoshi go by Andrew Davis. Matthew Stotts up into P5. He could still be on for a podium finish here. As he sets the fastest lap. Gets such drive out of turn 4. But Jurg with DRS, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. He's going to have to lick the stamp and send it, and he does. And Jurgensmeyer's just understood the role there. Just let off the gas, let him go through. Also, Mikey de Jong was passed by his teammate again. It's just a bit of a DRS train switching back and forth.
And now seeing that the Williams are racing 1-2. Mike de Jong looking to make the move here around Al-Hazmi. He does so around the outside, coming down the back stretch. And they are just looking here to probably leapfrog each other, not put up too much of a fight.
Matthew Stotts.
Yeah, Matthew Stotts is off and running. He has mail to haul for sure. The gap between P1 and P2 to P3 getting to about 2 seconds, but Matthew Stotts quickly reeling that in to about 1 second of a gap.
Still a lot to play for here with 10 to go. Is Matthew Daly going to have a look up the inside of Stotts? No, he backs out of it.
Yeah, about 9.5, 10 laps still to race here, and only one finishing position will be a non-point scoring position, so all to play for here. Matthew Stotts, really tying up that final podium position. However, Matt Daly seems to have something to say about it.
Oh, Jurg's gone deep. Gonna open the door for Yoshi here. Or Yoshi's gonna get it alongside him before DRS even opens up.
And ahead he goes on those hard compound tires, Boryoshi, breezing right up past Jonathan Jurgensmeyer for that P5 position. Jurg having a quick glance up the inside of Boryoshi coming into turn 17, is that? But quickly tucking back in.
Andrew Davis is struggling again on those tires. It's going to open the door for AJ. Again, AJ slowly but surely just plugging his way. Doesn't have a lot of ERS left. He's down to 6-8%.
Will we see a move here?
Yep. Andrew Davis
big twitch.
He gets 5 laps into his stint and his tires become applesauce.
They're
like just mush. He's already lost a second to AJ here.
His rear end stepped way out on that corner exit, and because of it, he has lost the position to AJ Knickel for P7. And yeah, that was a big moment there for Andrew Davis. Unfortunately, those tires do not seem to be agreeing with that car.
I don't know if it's the setup. Tires, everybody else will be on the same tires. It's just, I don't know if it's throttle happy or, oh, what do we got here? Oh, Julius Dooku's around.
It looks like Luke Allen. Oh, it was Julius Dooku around as Luke Allen took the position from him.
This will neutralize the field here with,
Wow, this
Who do we
is
see gamble right here with the
we
soft compound
yes.
tire?
See, that was exactly where my mind went to as well. Who are we going to see duck in for the soft compounds at this moment? Because there's
You'd like to see
plenty.
a guy like AJ Knickel jump into the pits right here. Jump on those soft tires, really just chuck her to the end of the race. Don't know, and it doesn't look like anybody's.
Not at the moment, it looks like. Of course, the leader's coming around towards the pit straight at the moment. All of them electing to just breeze right by it, it
Oh,
looks like. Oh no, it looks like
Mikey
they are all
Dion.
ducking in. All the leaders are ducking in. Everybody up to, it looks like
Oh, it's going to
P6,
be a hefty
P7.
double stack down there, Williams.
It does look like it
Eee.
will be. Oh no.
Oh, and AJ stays out. He does the opposite of what I thought. Oh, lateral.
Taking a look now at the tire details, let's look.
Yup.
AJ Knickel
Here
on
they
those
come.
8-lap old medium compound tires. Everybody else, it looks like, electing to run the soft compound tires as expected. 8 laps left to
Boryoshi,
run.
no.
Poor
Boryoshi
Yoshi
going to the
also
mediums.
going. Yeah, what a call that is. Oh my goodness. The whole field besides AJ Knickel, who elected to stay out, and Boryoshi. The entire rest of the field electing for the soft compound tires.
I don't know about that, boy. Maybe he didn't have a set of softs left. Not even a scrub set. This,
Can
I don't
only
know how
imagine.
it's gonna work for AJ. This feels like a Jurg Zandvoort situation, Alex, where
So,
you hope for the best for the gentleman, but you just history repeats itself.
given the gaps in the grid at the moment, do you think the safety car will be in on this one, or do you think we'll be around once more?
Uh, it's hard to say, Alex. I've never seen a safety car do one lap, but I mean,
It looks like we have a few trailers off the back of the grid that may hold things up, but if they do manage to catch the grid, say, within the next 5 seconds or so, which it does not look like they're going to do, Julius Dooku
I mean,
and
if
Luke
they
Allen.
get to him, like when they're on the straight there, heading into 14, we might get it in, but
It
I
doesn't
doubt
look
it. And
like they
that's
will,
only
yeah.
gonna, it's
At
only
this
gonna
point
help.
right
But well,
here,
the leaders are going about 190 miles an hour. God damn.
so I mean, for whatever the leaders are doing, you got to take into consideration the fact that Burnt Mylander is doing the same.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Burnt's really throwing down the gauntlet. I think we're gonna
Looks
go another
like it.
lap. Yeah, we're going
Yeah,
another
it
lap.
looks like we will be around once more behind the safety car here. So that will leave us with 6 laps to race for the soft compound runners. I mean, that's got to be a blessing. Every lap
It's gonna
counts
be.
here.
It's this is. Oh, and Ayrton Frederick electing to come in. What is he gonna do here? He's gonna go ahead and throw one. Oh, he needs a
Soft
new wing.
compound. Yep, new wing
Apparently he's
and the
gonna.
softs.
Must have compromised himself.
So
I
it
just feel
looks
like everybody's
like
gonna be clamoring over AJ, much like that scene from World War Z where they were climbing the wall. That's gonna be the rest of the field on the back of the Canadian. Oh
I
no.
mean, I gotta say though, on those medium compound tires, AJ Knickel, it's probably a gamble worth taking. 9 laps put into them already, and sure, that's plenty, but he will obviously fall down the grid come the restart. We do
I
not
mean, if he
expect
gets
eight.
anything more than eighth, it's a net win for him essentially because he
Exactly.
was down in eighth. So
So that is the point I'm making here. By electing to stay out, he's looking to play defense as best he can and just hold on for whatever position he manages to be able to hold on to. But as Billy just mentioned, if it's higher than P8, then he made the right call, and that's all that really matters.
and if he falls out of the points, it's a difference. It was just a 4 point swing, and I mean it is Vegas. Somebody had to gamble, and it's gonna be AJ here. So I mean, it's worth it. I don't hate the move. It's just gonna be tough to it's gonna be tough to hold back these guys. But especially like I don't know if he wants to hold up his teammate who's right there in P3, who's chomping at the bit to try and get this win for the team.
Another interesting position to make note of, Al-Hazmi currently down in P6.
Yeah, the
And
double stack not really working out at Williams.
it looks like it, yeah. Losing out a few positions because of it. Safety car, of course, will be in this lap. We will be green as we go around for the next one. And it will be on the go of AJ.
Oh, you got to think AJ's going to back him up like a procession. Right to the waning moment. You thought Andrew Davis struggled on that. Oh,
he's off.
Gone.
He tried to take the quick maneuver, but Mikey DeYoung seems to have caught on rather fast, staying right with him, as well as Matt Stotts. Mikey DeYoung making the move up the inside right there for the lead of the race over AJ Knickel.
He's got to get out of Stotts' way here. He's just got to pull over. You can't compromise your teammate here.
Yeah,
what does
on
he
this,
do? Yeah.
Yep, you have to, yeah. That's a good call there. Matthew Stotts, the only one left to be able to fight for the win of this race here, it looks like. AJ Knickel dropping
like a
down
lead
the...
sail.
Yep. Down from P1 to P5 in the span of about 2.5 corners at the moment.
Poor Yoshi around the outside. Jeez Louise.
For the inside for the
Andrew
next
Davis
corner, and
too.
that's P6. Andrew Davis will get the better of AJ as well. That'll drop him down to P7. Oh my goodness, and that's got to be the restart of nightmares for AJ. He was looking to hold on,
the risk.
But even still being the risk what it was, like he was probably aiming to hold on to a P5, P6 through here. Already down to P7 though.
I think he'll net his P8 right back again. I don't think the guys behind have the pace.
Jurg taking a look up the inside, and he's wheel to wheel with AJ. He will make the move as he goes through the chicane, but not quite enough to end up with the lead on the corner exit. AJ just getting the better of him with the advantageous line.
Matthew Stotts.
Oh, and yes, and there is mail to be hauled by Matthew Stotts here, teammate of AJ Knickel, currently in the lead of this Grand Prix with about 4.5 laps left to race.
And Matthew Daly, P3.
Bit of a shake-up here as far as the podium is concerned. Yeah. Was kind of expecting a repeat of the Stotts and Williams podium, but not quite looking. Oh, and a big
Mikey
spin there!
DeYoung just plowed into the back of Stotts. A 10-second penalty for DeYoung as well.
Oh, and it's caused... Oh my goodness, that has absolutely ruined any chance Matthew Stotts had. Unfortunately, ends up in the barrier and has to reverse out of it, and that's cost him just so much time. Oh my goodness. 10-second penalty for the race leader.
Well deserved, dude. He just absolutely plowed Matthew Stotts.
And in such stark contrast to last week's Grand Prix, where we had, I think it was 9 out of 14 drivers finishing with a penalty. At the moment, we only have 2. However, one of them is the most detrimental penalty of all the drivers thus far. It is Mikey DeYoung, the race leader, with a 10-second penalty.
Oh, no! And it's AJ who's around. And I want to make note that the 10-second penalty that Mikey DeYoung received wasn't for the contact with Matthew Stotts. It was for cutting the corner immediately after. So we can't say that he won't get a penalty for the contact with Matthew Stotts, because surely that has to come. That was egregious.
This is our championship leader, of course.
Sure, he has points to spare, but that is
even being the
compromising mistake.
With the penalty itself, though, as far as the game is concerned, this is going to drop him down to about P7, P8 come the end of the race.
And don't look
that 10-second penalty.
Matthew Daly is in the net lead of this race. This would be huge.
This would be.
But he's going to have to fend off a very hungry Al-Hazmi, which is easier said than done.
As he has thus far off the restart, though, Matthew
Well,
Daly putting in a mammoth effort to hold up Al-Hazmi, but not quite enough as Al-Hazmi breezes past him with the DRS assistance up
mammoths
into
are
P2.
extinct. And here comes Boryoshi to just really salt the wound. No, he isn't. Boryoshi is going to have the better life towards like the last couple of laps here because those softs might have a bit of a fall off, but oh, and Boryoshi's going to go around right as they head into 17. What a move. And Matthew Stoss, just the frustration setting in, just cutting the corner. It's oh, you feel for Matthew Stotts here. That is just gutting.
That really is, yeah. Oh my goodness. So here we are with, what is it, 2.5 laps left to race. We are currently sitting upon a Williams 1-2, but that may change come the end of the race, of course, with the penalties yet to be assessed.
It's going to change.
Is this going to be an Al-Hazmi win, the first in 4 Grand Prix, of course, with the absence...
Boryoshi's right there.
The absence of Mikey de Jong, though, for a few Grand Prix there, that left the opportunity for Al-Hazmi to take the win time and again, has opened up the Drivers' Championship quite significantly. The gap only, what was it, 18 points, I believe, coming into this Grand Prix. 13
22.
the previous week. Oh, was it 13? Sorry.
Yep. And it was as low as 6 a couple weeks ago, Alex, if you remember.
Coming into last week's Grand Prix, it was 13, and they got a 1-2, of course. And if they're able to hold station and do the same again, then, I mean, we may see the gap tighten at least somewhat here in the championship.
Yeah, but Boryoshi's got to be hungry. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So far this season, looking to try and hail himself on the top step.
Plenty
but
of...
Al-Hazmi's chucked in the lead. They got to be playing out of here. Obviously, Mikey de Jong's going to be playing just monkey in the middle here. His job at this point, Alex, would be to hold up the Red Bull just to let Al-Hazmi get ahead. Because obviously Mikey knows. He's got to know. He's a racer. He knows that he probably fluffed up there and the 10-second. He knows that the race is not his to be won today. So you just got to do everything you can in your power to make sure that one of the team's cars is on the top step.
Yeah, exactly. Racing for the team at this point, Mikey de Jong holding the lead, but of course sitting on that major penalty that's going to drop him quite significantly down the running order. And I mean, as long as Al-Hazmi can defend Boryoshi here, this is his race to lose.
And AJ's just going to retire the car.
So that leaves, as we come across the middle of the second sector, about half a lap remaining, that leaves 1.5 laps.
Here we go. It is on now, Alex.
Goodness.
Mikey de Jong did not help his teammate out. In fact, he's compromised his teammate.
Yes.
Oh, that is not what you want. That is not what you want. And this is playing out. Oh, wow. This is a shake of the dice at the craps table, Alex. But here comes...
Oh, around the outside, Al-Hazmi, I'm sorry. Right up onto the side of Boryoshi. And aggressively makes the move for the lead of this Grand Prix.
Are the soft tires done? Do the mediums have an advantage? What will be the outcome here? Here comes Boryoshi.
Boryoshi, of course, running those medium compound tires, as mentioned. There is all to play for here. Leaders just coming through the end of Sector 1 at the moment. There is still 2 sectors of a lap to race, and this is really anybody's race.
Yep, we have... Oh... He's going to be saving it here. The DRS, he's going to be saving everything. He's not going to want to make a move on Al-Hazmi. He's just going to wait to the straight, and it's going to be his race.
Maybe detrimentally, though. He is not staying in the toe of Al-Hazmi. He seems to be ducking off for a bit extra cooling. A great corner exit there as he comes through the end of Sector 2. Up into the lead, down the back straight goes Boryoshi with the DRS assistance. And at this point... he's running the Checo Perez play. You can only imagine he's got to defend for his life. Of course,
Oh, and what
sitting.
is Mikey de Jong doing? He just cut his teammate off who's going for the win. He's just blocked him. What is
Oh
this?
no!
Oh,
Al
there's gotta be
Hazmi
so
making the
much
move.
frustration down there.
Oh, but that's Al Hazmi has lost out a few tenths of a second as Boryoshi crosses the line, winning this Grand Prix here, round 21 out of 25. The Las Vegas Grand Prix of the ARC 2023 Formula One season goes to Boryoshi, with Al Hazmi of the Williams taking up second and Matty Daly rounding out the podium. Andrew Davis with a great race himself for the Alpine taking P4. But wow, what a last few laps that was.
Alex, somebody had to gamble here in Vegas, and we thought it was AJ Knickel, but it was actually Boryoshi, who was the only car on the grid, barring the one that didn't pit, to take fresh mediums, and they were there for him at the end of the race, and the softs fell off. What a
Oh my
gamble that paid
goodness.
off. He just hit the slot jackpot.
Julius Dooku should be mentioned, of course. Frauded his way up into P8, as he just mentioned in chat. That is good for 4 points, of course. And if that's what it takes to do it, just keep on doing it, brother. But here we are with Boryoshi sneaking it out for the win here in Las Vegas. The Red Bull team taking a season win. I believe it is their first on the season for
Uh,
2023 Friday series.
I think it might be his second win of the year. I know he has one before we got separated from the Euros series.
I would have to check the results, which I'm currently not doing. However, Boryoshi at the moment with the win of the race as well as the fastest lap. Abdullah Hazmi taking P2 and Matt Daly of the Ferrari rounding out the podium. Andrew Davis fought tooth and nail that race, but only gets P4 because of it. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer holding on for P5. Mikey de Jong, though, falling all the way to P6 after his little bit of incidents and his
Yeah, it
penalty
might be a
assessment.
bit more too. It's gonna be a bit more because he's certainly gonna be assessed maybe a five, almost maybe
Yeah.
certainly a 10-second time penalty for the contact.
Final point scoring positions going to Ayrton Frederick P7, Julius Dooku P8, Matthew Stotts ending up in P9, and Luke Allen with his point. P10 for the Red Bull, AJ Knickel losing out to Luke Allen because of it. And wow, what a last few laps that was.
Yep,
What
and
a
can
race.
confirm Boriyoshi's first win on the season. Not sure why Mikey's here. You're not on the podium, but Mikey, I gotta ask you, bud,
He is.
Mikey de Jong
Oh no,
was not on the
penalties, yeah.
podium. Not on the podium.
It's still a good
Mikey de
interview though.
Jong,
Not yet. Not
That's
yet.
still an
what,
interview worth getting.
what, what, what did you do there? You just absolutely, lapsed of judgment, drove right in the back of Matthew Stotts. Can you, like, yeah, let's hear your side of that.
Just broke a bit too late, hit his rear and got wing damage and a 10-second time penalty.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it's payback from the first 3 laps from where he did it to me and my teammate. So we're even
well,
on that one.
yeah, the 10-second coming from the corner cutting penalty after the contact. But yeah, I mean, you had the incident beginning, you spun out, came back. Ultimately, it's just all for naught after that unfolded. But either way, it's unfortunate. But you have a comfortable cushion at the top of the standing, so you should be all right going forward with what is it now? 4 races left, Alex.
Yes, this was
Can
21 out of
confirm.
25.
Can confirm. We got 22, 23, 24, and 25 coming up. All right, well, thanks for your side of it, Mikey. Let's move on to our third place finisher, Matt Daly. Is this your first podium since switching to the Ferrari? And if so, congrats. And secondly, walk us through that race, man. You had pace today, man. You were on it.
Yeah, a surprising lap in qualifying with help from AJ with the slip got us up to P1, and then we just slid down the order, obviously with other people faster. But we had the pace all day today. Luckily to get to P3 today, staying out of trouble from those leaders up there battling. So
Oh, give yourself more credit than that, man. You were absolutely flying out there today. I mean, yeah, you had the bit of a slipstream there from AJ and quality. We saw that, but other than like you were on it. You were never really out of the fight for a podium, man. You stayed hunting. You kept it clean. You were smart. Give yourself more credit than that, man. You had it there.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a
But yeah,
feel-good podium. Everybody liked it.
it is my first podium of the year. Yep. So
It's well
previous
deserved,
highest
man.
finish was
You've been
P4.
grinding. We've seen you. We've noticed you.
Facing
Everybody that
team
watches
change
has
and
noticed.
whatnot throughout the season,
Yeah.
like he had to
Yeah.
switch cars and whatnot. What a
They didn't
showing!
think he was
Yeah,
good
switching
enough.
back and forth.
They didn't think he was good enough, but you taste that champagne, man, and know that you are good enough, man. Feel good podium.
Thank you. Thank you.
Al has me.
Yeah.
Let's bring you in, man. A little bit gutting there, man. You had it a little bit argy-bargy with your teammate there at the end. You thought he'd kind of help you out there, don't you think? Kind of cock blocked you there, you know. Kind of really walk us through that one.
I mean, I knew exactly what he was doing. It's obvious. He was saying it as well. He was gonna help for Yoshi. And that's fine. I mean, it's hard racing. It was fun. But yeah, other than that, it was the bit of a straightforward race. Safety cars came at the perfect moments. I'm surprised I didn't break my wing. I hit the wall multiple times. I was basically
saw that.
sideways. Yeah, I was basically sideways at one of the corners. I can't remember which lap. But, I mean, it worked. P2 is fine.
Yeah, it seems like you had a little bit of like clipping on the right side of turn 16 there in the chicane before the big straight. You kind of just would come into it, and it just looked like you were nicking it just a little bit, but not enough to obviously. You did the Monaco touch, or the kiss rather.
Yeah, I was doing that a lot.
Anyway, man, this is a good podium for you. Obviously, with your teammate a little bit further down the points, barring his little penalty there. A little bit of sweet karma for the way he raced you there at the end. It'll close the gap a little bit, not a lot, but it's baby steps, man. You guys have been incredible all season. You've really been incredible all season, and just fell a little bit short there at the end, man. But other than that, really good race.
Yeah, thanks.
Boriosi, baby. Let's bring in the man of the hour. You gambled. You saw everybody going on to the softs, and you said, screw it, we're going to go mediums. Did you not have softs, or were you just thinking, softs are going to absolutely fall off, I have the confidence, and it's Vegas, we're gambling today?
Well, no, I saved the fresh set of softs from quali, but given how quickly the tires were falling off during the race, I thought for sure mediums were the right choice. So I was surprised when everyone else was on soft, if I was completely honest, because I thought they'd be good for maybe like 2-3 laps. And by the end, I couldn't quite tell, but it seemed like the Williams boys were struggling a little bit. So it was the right call.
I think they were also just racing each other objectively way too hard.
I was hoping the Nico and Lewis fight for the championship would benefit me.
Man, that's the first win of the season for you, man. You've just been the bridesmaid all season, never the bride, but this time you're at the altar and you're getting hitched here in Vegas. Feels good, doesn't it, bud?
Yeah, I've had a lot of second and third places, to your point. I've kind of been the Fernando Alonso of the season. So it feels good to get the win. Didn't feel like it was going to come, if I'm being honest, at multiple points in that race. On the third lap, when there was, during that like really slow part of the circuit, there was contact with the guys ahead of me. I found myself in first place going on the back straight, and by the end of it, I was like 8th, just because everyone else.
Oh
had
yeah,
DRS.
they were 4 wide. You also had that spin. I don't think we didn't see that.
Yeah, I was just on the brakes too late, and then instead of trying to make the corner and take out my wing, I just went on straight. I also had a little bit of wing damage, so I was happy for the safety car to A, give me a chance to put the wing back on, and B, get me caught up with the guys ahead again.
Well, congrats on the win, man. I have no bias towards your win whatsoever.
Appreciate it. I was
Yeah.
I was surprised that you wanted to go into the final lap in the lead. I was happy to let you have it.
I mean, I thought it would work with the softs. I was just gonna pull in the corners.
we could see that you were like, you know what? You want the lead here? I'll take the DRS on the last lap. And I mean, you had such a good exit coming out of what is it? Turn 12 or sorry, 13. You had such a good run out of that chicane that you were alongside even before DRS. And once you cracked the rear wing, it was see you later. You pulled a half a second gap, and then Mikey DeYoung decided, screw it, no one cares, and he chucked up the inside of his teammate as well. So you had a monkey in the middle situation. You had such a buffer there, and just, man, what a fantastic race by you guys at the end, man. It was a pleasure to call, and it was good to see you guys fighting up until the very last corner. So thank you to the drivers. Thank you, Alex, for having us.
Of course, a fabulous return to form here for Boryoshi. I mean, his first race back from his own little summer break there, and right up onto the top step of the podium he goes, so you only love to see it, if nothing else. Drivers' Championship not looking too much different because of this, but even still, plenty left on the table to fight for, so make sure you tune in to the rest of the Grand Prix for the rest of this season, as things will really start to heat up. Of course, the Williams team has kind of run away with the Constructors' Championship, but all left to fight for here in the Drivers' Championship. And plenty other championships going on around ARC, as we are heating up with the NASCAR playoffs as well as the Gran Turismo Group 3 playoffs. So make sure you tune into those and catch the results here and there. And if you're feeling up for it, tune in tomorrow for some Euro Series, as we are going to be at Saudi Arabia, it looks
Qatar.
like. Oh, it is
Qatar.
Qatar. I'm sorry, yeah. Saudi Arabia the following week, but Qatar tomorrow night. So, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you for the next one. Signing off.
Lead.